Alrighty, welcome everyone to Talking Casual. Tonight's topic, Armada World's result, Mars Assault, and a bit of tactics. And the most important thing we plan to do tonight is to entertain you, Rob.
Yes.
You are back, we are glad, and we are here to entertain you.
Yeah, that's right, you.
He entertains us every time he's on the podcast, so yes, we must entertain him.
Absolutely.
So tonight, Mars, as always, and we've got Salty Ash.
Hangry Ash.
I don't throw salt.
Hungry Ash.
I'm the salt master. I am the salt master.
You are the salt master, aren't you?
No, I am. So
what are we kicking off with, Mars?
All right, so what a week of Armada with no Wave 8 news, a top 4 Rebel affair, and a final game that went to a draw.
A draw.
A draw, people. It went for 3 hours and went to a draw, and what a draw it was, wasn't it? It was watching almost like paint dry, but it was. I can understand.
Mars.
It was. Look, to get to that stage, I could have commended the two guys. So we'll start off with talking about the actual final itself. It was against 2 Rebel lists, against 2 Riken lists. So it was Yik from Canada. So Yik was also second in Canadian Nationals. And it was versus Nathan Coda, we also with Riken as well. So both of them were the first seeds of each round. So Yik was flying.
Well, that just shows them they are the skill. The skill was up there.
They're really good players. So I've got to commend them on getting that far, especially on how hard it is to get to the final round. So Yik was flying with objectives most wanted, Sensinet and Flying Lane. So he was flying a Neb B escort frigate with Yavaris, a C-90B with General Riken, Hammerhead Corvettes, 2 Hammerhead Corvettes, GR-75. With boosted comms and Ada Talon, your boy.
I love Ada Talon.
Yeah,
He's great.
And then another GR-75 with Tone and Far, Bomber Command Center.
Bomber Command Center.
Bright Hope, 2 VCX, Gold Squadron, Rogue Squadron, Nora Wexley, 10 Nub, Dutch Vanner, and Corin Horan, coming up to 400 points. Nathan Coda was flying with the objectives Superior Positions, Fighter Ambush, and Advanced Gunnery. He was flying a Neb B escort frigate with Yavaris and Flight Commander, an MC-80 command cruiser with General Riken, Strategic Advisor, Flight Coordination Teams, Leading Shots, Quad Battery Talons, 2 GR-75s, one with Torrent Far and Bright Hope, and one with Comsnet. Now, the squadrons are interesting here. He's got Harrison Dura, Jan Oars, 10 Nub, Gold Squadron, a Skurg, and 3 YT 1300s, all coming up to 397 points.
Hera is pretty awesome, really.
Yeah.
Having Rogue and just means like these days with squadrons, they're saying with the Yavara, was it?
The
Yavaris nerf, or is it what's the nerf?
Yavaris nerf, and then the relay nerf.
The relay nerf.
The
the ability for Rogue now is pretty strong. So having a ship that makes 2 of your squadrons Rogue, it's pretty awesome. Really.
It is absolutely awesome.
What do you have there? You had, which list was it? It was
Hera,
the second
Jan.
list, was it?
Yeah,
okay,
Hera.
Jan, 10 Num. So when you got like things
Squadron.
like 10 Num, which is pretty powerful. Like you guys know what 10 Num does, don't you?
Yeah.
What you do when you roll a crit, splash damage.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you have to roll a blue crit to do it.
Yeah.
But if you
Everything
get
at
him
range
to
ones.
move, do a splash damage in that first round, it's pretty good.
It is nasty.
That is really
but
good.
yeah, getting him in actual, because he only does a movement of 2, the B-Wing. So
Well, that's why he had, what he had? He had
Flight Commanders.
Flight Commanders. Is that the one? Or is it the Flight Coordination
Flight
Team?
Coordination
on the
Team.
MC-80?
Yeah, that's when you move them.
Yeah, that gave him the boosting up. So, being able to give 10 Num Rogue and move him like that, as well as, and even when they're engaging with ships, giving Gold Squadron and Skurg Rogue, like that there is pretty sweet as well.
That is deadly. Those I can understand the game going just to a squadron battle, because these 2 squadrons are very intense squadrons.
They're pretty good, really. It's like looking at that, you'd obviously got Jan and the 2 YT 1310. That's your squadron game right there.
Yeah.
That is a lot to kill, and that can give out a lot of
10 Num
damage.
with Jan Oars. I know 10 Num's already got 2 braces, but that's like 4 braces.
4 braces with that. Yeah, I know. It's pretty sweet, really.
It's brutal.
Yeah, and it's 3 escorts, so you don't even have to worry about it. It's those YT 2400, YT 1300s. What are they? 8 hull?
I think
the 8 hull with counter. I think counter 1 like that. That's
I thought it was 2400s. I got 6. I believe. Yeah, you're right.
I think they are.
Because you're the Rebel Jank expert. So
that's pretty sweet.
So
like Decimators having 8 hull. They're hard to shoot through as well.
Ian found out tonight that they were pretty sweet.
But I guess I have a question for you guys. You guys like watch the stream or you saw updates and stuff like that on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You think you're at Worlds, 3 hours gaming, and it ends in a draw. How are you feeling at the end of it? Like, you put yourself in their position. 3 hours of running around the table and it ends in a draw.
I can't put myself there because we've never been. And these guys are top tier players, and to be in that spotlight, especially when we got like 500 viewers on an actual
but
stream
do you think
watching.
that played a massive factor in the fact that
Absolutely.
Yeah, one thing which looking at it, it really looked like they were quite fearful of making a mistake somewhere. They really were, and I think that's the reason why it took them so long to play that game. It's just they really looked like they were scared they were going to make a mistake. You know, a lot on the line there, win Worlds, but. Still 3 hours, you know.
Yeah, I know.
But that again, do you raise the question, is it worth being streamed then if that's the way it's going to be, that everyone's scared to make a mistake on live?
Oh, it's not that it was live. That live wouldn't have anything to do with it.
But I mean, in the fact that
it's a world championship,
yeah,
you know.
You have to. Everyone, all the games get the streaming live.
The problem is too, it's a bit of a mirror match, to be honest.
It is.
It's quite a mirror match with Raik in there, you know.
Yeah,
I killed the ship.
It's still there.
I killed your ship. But it sticks around.
Yeah,
it kind of really hurts it. It's just like Raikkonen to me is not powerful, but I think they probably could have. Looking back, I'm sure both players realised they should have went. If I had done this, like everyone does. But still 3 hours. That's a long. Actually, wasn't the draw controversial? Wasn't there a token that might have been missed or something?
Yes, there was some controversy about some tokens not being taken at the time.
But that's missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity, I think it was.
That's probably the worst bit about ending in a draw was that it didn't have to.
Yeah.
You know.
And definitely commissaries to Yick because he came second in Canadian National. So he's a bridesmaid from Worlds and Canadian Nationals.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
So you know his pain then.
I know.
You know that pain.
Yeah. So no, look, some people have been basically putting the match down. I personally, I can't really say because I've never been to Worlds, and I've never been that high. So to get that high and to get that far, well done, guys. There's going to be plenty of salt from the internet on how the game went and how we want to display the game of Armada, but the professionalism that you guys put onto the stream was very well done, and that's all we can really say.
And comments from the stream, according to Rob, Canada is the 51st state of America.
Okay.
I did not know that.
Ooh,
that's an interesting fact.
Rob.
That's an interesting fact. I didn't know that one.
That's brutal.
I'm not touching that one.
Not touching a 40-foot ball.
No way.
Yep.
All right. Any other final comments on that World Finals?
Not really. The squad, they really were some interesting list. I've never actually seen that 2 torpedoes. To be honest, looking at that, I'd really go see that one played more, like 2 hammerhead torpedoes. You've got the GR-75, GR-75, and what was the other one? You're missing a ship there, wasn't there? There's the lifeboat that had Raik on it. You haven't got that in the list.
Oh, that's a B.
Oh, it's up the top B.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Corvette B.
The way you're written is up.
Yeah,
that Corvette B. They're like when I look at that list, I think okay, that B's sitting out of the fight.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, you're really
that's your blue one, isn't it?
That's your blue one. That one, yeah, the Corvette B.
Yeah.
So you're really relying on 2 hammerheads and squadrons doing the damage.
Yeah.
And I can probably see why with both those lists why the Imperials went in there if they're flying ISDs because. These really do look like ISD killers.
Correct. Yeah, because this with 2 ISDs, you can't pin the EX list down. And
it's pretty hard.
Because a lot what we were talking about, it was going to be double ISDs at Worlds and Radis.
Yeah.
And
we know we don't even know what the lists were, do we? There's nowhere published what all the lists were for Worlds. I'd like to know how many double ISD lists there really were.
There were a couple of ISD lists that made like top 4 for their seeds
for their days.
Okay, yep. So I believe
it was only the top 2s that went on to top 4, wasn't it?
Correct. Yeah, correct. Which
they really need like top 4s elimination from both. Really,
and that's what I was going to get to. So
yeah, that's coming in salt segment.
That's in the salt segment.
That's in salt segment.
Don't spill his salt now.
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay.
So, but no, well done for the guys. I didn't get to see most of the match because I had to spend most of the time with the kids at the time. But I just watched a little bit here and there, and it was understandably, these things happen, and this commiserations to you there, and especially going to draw on the last game. So
last dice roll, wasn't it, or something? Or
yeah,
last squadron died. Or
yeah,
something. I think it was Jan just survived on one hull. I think it was from memory. Oh,
yeah,
gotta love Jan.
So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So now,
here we go.
Now the sodium levels are going to start rising with my new segment.
Yep.
Hit it.
Yep. It's there.
Is it?
Yeah. You can watch later.
All right.
Yeah. Everyone at home can see what's happening.
All right.
So go for it, Mars. Go for it. You don't just say
all right. So this is my new segment, Marzol's Salt Corner. So this is about me taking a bit of a negative dive here at the moment. We like to keep things casual. We like to talk things positive here on the stream.
Really? You keep things casual?
I like to keep things casual,
okay,
yes.
Okay.
But now, this is my biggest gripe on Armada at the moment. And it's not the Wave 8 news. It's not the lack of news Armada. It's not the dislike on the actual finals or anything like that. It's actually the Armada Worlds event itself.
Or North America.
Yeah, well,
the North American.
That's the I'll get to that. I'll get to that. So what actually got me ticked off at the start was actually when they released the infographic about how many players actually attended Worlds.
Yeah, I'll bring that up.
So bring that up now.
Yep.
And as you can see, we are basically second last with the amount of players at Worlds. Only last was actually the Star Wars card game, which is dead already anyway. That was its last final. So basically, we were last in the numbers of participants in Worlds. This is actually, this picture is not really true to what it actually means, because it shows, why does it show so low? It actually realized the numbers meant the cap on what FFG could allow to Worlds. So instead of actually looking at saying these are the numbers of actual people came to play, this was the actual cap.
This is the cap.
This is the cap.
This is what the cap was.
This is the cap. So
representation
of the cap.
Yeah. Obviously, there was more than 6 players, but
no, there was 80 players for Armada. Yeah. So Armada was sold out with a significant number of wanted to go but didn't get a ticket. So the actual ticket numbers were sold out instantly. It was sold out in seconds compared to Imperial Assault was actually had a couple of tickets left. So they went to third rounds, fourth round draws, and they tried to get most of the Imperial Assault tickets out. So basically all the tickets were gone in seconds with Armada, and everything else was still available. And I think X Wing and Destiny sold out, but Armada was the quickest.
Yeah, they had 175 for Armada, 421 for Imperial Assault, 171 for the Star Wars card game. So
that's number of games. Yeah,
number of games. Oh, is that number of games?
Number of games. Yeah.
Championship. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was only 80 spots for the whole world for Armada, and that's just not right, especially for a game that's really popular. And Imperial Assault, I get the logistics of running the game and actually how big it is and how long it is, but you are the creators of this game, FFG. Give it the time and the patience and respect. So the other issue was actually there was about 25% no-shows.
Really?
Yeah.
For Armada?
For an Armada.
Oh.
So because of actual scheduling like IA and certain other things playing on the same day, other people chose IA and X Wing than actually play Armada. So certain people got actual tickets and didn't show up.
That hurts.
So there was two days, so 40 players each, so 8 spots for 2. So it was about 40 players for each round. So out of those 40 players, only the top 2 made the cut. So imagine, and it's 4 rounds and only 2 players. So you get up to your second round and you're bumming and you're probably lost 2.
How do they justify that?
And then basically 19 people dropped out of the whole tournament. So it's that people dropped out because they're going, well, I'm not going to make it. There you go. And then basically people
on something else.
Concentrate on something else.
Why would I stick around when I can go?
That was.
I'm not going to criticise people for that. You know.
I understand. No, I get.
No. What he's saying is not criticising people. What he's saying is he's criticising FFG.
That's basically it.
Then why would you run things when you're giving people the option?
You want people to engagement to actually stay there and actually play the game.
Is this something we need to worry too much about criticising though? With X Wing 2.0 coming out and its new format, like they're going to do that in its own world. So
yeah, I was getting
more space.
I was getting
more space. Will we have more space?
So basically, that's what I'm saying, because with X-Wing going, now that the card game's dropped and X-Wing's moving to October, the only problem is now, is Legion going to take that void now?
But will it?
Yeah, probably
I'd
will.
say so.
Legion's looking pretty...
Legion's
like
the same size, a little bit,
that.
I think almost the same size as Armada.
Yep.
And I think that's where they're going to pump.
We're all lazy
play.
painters, so it's not something for us. But,
Look, but that's
a lot
the
of people
thing.
are getting into Legion, and it looks like it's a pretty...
Another thing that was another gripe that I had was only 6 hours of stream time was given to Armada compared to X-Wing and Destiny, where they had days of it.
And that was just setting up for the final.
And that was just the finals.
Setting up for the final.
Yeah, and basically, it should have been what I'd say. It would have been a top 4 cut for both days and make it a top 8, and then we had a variety of lists. And especially some Imperial lists, and they could have tacked one more game into the actual stream. They could have made it 3 rounds of a top 8 cut. But so this is my major gripe of the tournament. So now that Legion's dropping in, are they going to fix it? I probably don't think so. So Armada FFG fix the Armada schedule for next year, make it bigger. Unless if Armada's dead, please. Just let players play. There's
a big following.
There is a big following of Armada.
Yeah.
And it's growing. And right now you're
forcing people to pick, and that's what they seem to be doing. You're either saying you're going to play,
that's it.
But when you go to places like Worlds, you're either going to pick one you're going to play at and stick with that, or you can't play all 3, and they're forcing people.
I understand that, and that's the thing. The game takes longer than X-Wing, and it takes more space, but. Right now, Armada players are being treated like almost second-class citizens. All right, I'm not taking gripes at IA because everyone thinks IA, Destiny. They always think they're the ginger kid of FFG. I'm
no offense to gingers are
no. We always think of the redhead freak. So.
That's two backhanded comments.
No offense to anyone.
Mars,
I know.
Leave Kath Scarlet alone.
Yes, we love Kath. We love Kath. So yes, that is my salt for the night and segment.
That's your salt? Okay,
Yes.
I can turn off.
And FFG, learn how to do overlays.
Yes.
Final.
Heck.
Yes.
That's another thing. That's not a medical centre. It is a station.
But is that a clue?
Are they going to drop a medical centre?
Actually,
is it going to be a medical centre?
there are 2 good guys here who do the Twitch stream.
I'll run it, bro.
We'll do it for free. We'll fly up there.
There might just happen to be a free overlay.
After you've literally just flogged them, it's like, no worries, I'll come over and do it.
I'll fix it.
Oh god, listen to this. So this is why we can't take you places, Mars.
No.
This is why we can't take you places.
That's my gripe, and hopefully, people. That's my salt. That's my salt for the night.
That's your salt.
That's it. I've cut my salt.
Okay, so we can cut out the salt.
Yeah, that's it. We're cutting out the salt now.
Is that all you're pissed off about?
Yeah,
That's it.
That's it. That's my salt. That's my salt. I'm done.
He's only got a pinch.
I got a pinch. All right, so let's move on to lists that we created. We're going to talk a bit about tactics and some lists that we created for players to get into Armada, and Ian's going to go through his Rebel list, or are you going to make an Imperial list?
I had to put in both lists because for some reason OBS doesn't like Google.
Okay, so we've gone and decided...
Maybe because it's free software as well.
So Ian and I decided what we wanted to do is share some content with you guys. Probably not our winning list because Ian likes these own
Everyone knows what your winning list is, Mars,
Yes.
and my winning list change all the time.
No, but we don't want to change. We want to give our tactics away. So we've decided to make some fun lists.
There's tactics?
Tactics?
Yes.
We played tactics. I thought, luck was our only strategy. Isn't that our motto here?
Maybe for you it is.
Okay.
Rolls 2 dice and gets 10 crits out of it. So go figure that one, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm going to go through. We'll go through your one first.
All right. So
I'm just putting into the lovely list builder. Anyone who uses list builders for Armada, we strongly recommend Ryan Kingston's.
So yeah,
it's a great one. It comes up with all the cards, all the points, and does all sorts of fun stuff.
It is a really good one. So yeah. So my list, I basically used an old one that I kind of rehashed a bit.
What were your squadrons? It was Valen.
Valen and Sienna.
Sienna.
So I gave this one to a new player who came to our regionals who hasn't played a game of Armada, who didn't play a game of Armada. And he was basically asking me what was squadrons were, what was this, and that was that. So this is and he did.
Where did he finish?
And what did he finish? He finished top 8.
Yeah.
So he finished 8th.
Never played a game.
Never played a game, and this is a little retweaking of what he had, but
Okay, yep, I'll have it up on the screen.
So
Six
yeah,
out of 12. Mentioned 12 players.
yeah, 12 players,
and he finished top 8.
but you know, it's a take of the 2 ISD list that with my little bit of a take out of it. So I've gone with the Simon Refit Vader
Hang on a second.
with Spinal.
Move you. Hang on.
So
Nearly there.
Ian's just getting it up on the screen,
Nearly
so
there.
just bear with us. But it is basically a Simon
Technical
Vader
differences.
with Spinal, and it's got Avenger, 2 VSDs with disposable capacitors. It's a Gazanti with Comsnet, and
There
just
we go. So looking at now, we can see the dice out the front there.
yeah.
We've got Vader, Darth Vader, Strategic, Spinal, and Avenger.
Yeah.
So we're looking. What are we looking at? Mars. We've got all of that's going to be 6 red dice and 2 blue dice at the front.
Yeah,
So that's with Vader rerolls. That's pretty strong.
that's pretty nice. So it's yeah,
And rerolls in this game are your friend.
yes, as Ash found
Rerolls
out.
are your friend.
So
Rerolls, what
then
are
2
those?
VSDs with
Disposable
little capacitors,
Yeah.
and then just your Kazanti
Bless you.
Comsnet to feed you tokens, and just to pad out some activations, and just some basic defense fighters there with Sienna and Valen Rudor. Now this list is basically you can modify it. You can drop Avenger and add in forward tensile power because it comes at 397. So you can modify certain things here. I've just kind of left it to the basics. You can add a bit of defense onto the VSDs. But it's basically, you get 2 VSDs for the price of the 1 ISD, and it shoots at long range, and it shoots, 6 dice.
Disposable capacitor on VSDs really do
Yeah.
help that ship out.
So
Like,
yeah, you
six dice long range.
Yeah.
And then you've got Avenger coming in.
yeah.
It's I think Terry knows what to do against this sort of a list, don't you, Terry?
Run away!
Run away! Yep.
So yeah, you've got strategic advisor, so it helps you with that 5 activation, 4 activation. So it's a 4 activation list with 5, a strategic advisor, and then you've got your token squadrons just to, if someone
Yeah,
throws
it's
them.
interesting the combination of squadrons here because Sienna Ray with her ability is that when you're shooting her, she is obstructed.
Yeah.
She has counter 2, and when you've got Valen Rudor in there, you actually can't target him until Sienna's dead. So
I forgot to counter against your list.
You did.
Oh, you forgot counter.
Yeah.
That's why I kept my mouth shut.
I'm flown.
It's not like you needed it
No.
anyway.
Sienna Ray there with counter 2, and if Valen's engaged in there as well with the swarm rerolls, like they can really hold their own against a large
Yeah.
number, probably not a large number,
No, but it's
a good squadron
it stops
ball.
a couple of turns here and there. And,
Yeah,
and,
mate,
and for the
a whole of 5 squadrons for long
and
enough.
how many points is that? So it's probably like
How many points? 30 points.
30 points of
30
squadrons.
points. You could probably slow down 80 points of squad. You could slow down 80 points of squadrons really
Yeah.
well.
It's your basic defensive squadron. So
Yeah, they move pretty good too, like speed
Yeah.
4 and speed 5. So
they do well with each other. So that's my list. So you basically move the VSDs together and shoot at long range. Shoot everything at long range. Make sure that you're behind. Slow down. Take defensive objectives like even station assault, a contested outpost, and maybe solar corona. And if
opening salvo probably
I'll
wouldn't be
put-
too bad in this list either, really. Like adding.
The
yeah,
only thing I
Vader for the
did found
rerolls.
again's that with the VSDs
yeah, Vader for
is-
the
Vader
rerolls.
for the rerolls of the VSD.
So you can take opening salvo as well.
You take
too.
opening salvo, and then you're rolling what? Those VSDs long range are rolling 3 red and
Yeah.
was it 5 blue?
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, and you want to keep the Simoon as far away as possible because it doesn't have ECMs. That's the only thing I just can't take a ship without ECMs. It just kind of goes,
It's
it kind of goes.
one of the things I love is a ship with without ECMs because I just
Yeah.
think all those hits you roll, the damage is just going through.
That's right.
It's just going through. So,
Yeah.
I actually quite. Yeah, I quite like it when I see Simons on the other side of the table, but
Yeah.
the trade-off is though that long-range shooting, and if
Yeah.
I'm flying Corvettes, 5 red dice,
That's pretty.
that could hurt a
that-
Corvette really if
absolutely.
you get those accuracies in there.
And especially with Spinal, just
Oh yeah, well 6 red dice.
6
long
red
range,
dies,
it's-
yeah, and then Vader
lot.
re-rolls.
Yeah.
So just to get that right. So, and yeah, I think it's a fun list. It's okay. It's not
What you could do here for a bit of fun as well is I saw somebody else do this one time in one of their lists. You could actually drop a strategic advisor from the list.
Yeah, you could actually.
And you could add in, which is the one where you add dice for your loss of upgrade. What's the defense tokens?
Oh, that's the title. That's Devastator.
That's Devastator. That's right. Yeah, you could. Yeah. If you didn't want to get the Avenger combo going, you could actually put in the Devastator title. And we are still at 398 points by dropping those two cards. So if you just want something that pushes out the real damage, like Vader's going to start burning your tokens. And if you've got Spinal, you've got Devastator, then you can start adding in more blue dice, you can start adding in more red dice if you want, and you could get a really strong long range.
You can almost do like your pickle list where you add the blues at long range.
Yeah, adding the blues at long range is always good. Well, that's mainly because I've got leading shots in the list, so that works. But yeah, putting Devastator, it's hard to say. Devastator or Avenger. Sometimes Avenger pays off, sometimes it doesn't.
But, I just like Avenger. I've always had
Avenger with a good combo, but that's what you need.
It's a good combo.
It's just you fire the VSDs off, and either your opponent chooses to use his defense tokens, or he takes the actual long range 6 hits from, or potential 6 hits from 6 hit. Well, it could be 12 hits from both VSDs. So, that's.
Well, I could bring in gunnery teams too on the Simoon, and then you're dead on 400. If you wanted the extra shots from the front there, maybe do some AA.
Gunnery teams are good on the Simoon for the double shot.
Yeah, it has scope to change around. So it's
to change around. It depends on how you.
That's basically
play around with that list a bit.
There's so many things you can do with that list, and you can even drop a VSD and put an Architons instead if that's your flavour instead. And
those VSDs with disposable caps.
Yeah.
If you've got 2 of those, that's. If I look across,
and they're easy to fly VSDs. As long as you keep them pointing the right way, you'll find with VSDs.
They're great. I think the only thing I dislike about VSDs is the 2. Speed 2.
Speed 2
time.
Yeah.
That's why they have disposable capacitors.
But that's what I mean.
You want to keep them at long range, and then once they're done with the disposable capacitors, they'll mostly be in medium range anyway.
How would you go about deploying something like this, Mars?
I'd say it depends on how everything's set up, but let's just go with this here. This is my ISD, and I'll keep the VSDs here. Because remember the ISD, you want to swing them.
Move that way a bit. You're right. It's all right. You're in screen, so okay.
Use them as VSDs.
Yeah,
that makes it easier.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we don't have any medium-based ships out.
Yeah. So
let's pretend these Corvettes here.
Yeah, don't do this. That's useless. It depends on. Let's just say the enemy's over there. You want to keep the VSDs here, so you slowly move them here. Remember, the ISD can do a free, so he can catch up. You want to swing the barn door, and not conga line it. Yeah,
the barn door movement for these guys is pretty sweet. It's that you're covering a vast amount of the board. Avengers coming around fast.
Yeah.
Do
nav tokens with him and make sure you keep him up, and probably do nav tokens. Granted, you don't have Jerry here. That's probably the downside to having these. But you got Vader's more of a offensive commander compared to Jerry, where you want to move him. But start the rounds. Just do nav commands so you can actually swim them around, and then hopefully get them around here and start shooting. And
out of camera.
So
the idea is the barn door. It's go and keep the most powerful command on that ISD, which I've noticed really is nav. It. Don't bother putting concentrate fires. And in this particular list, you got.
And there's always in doubt.
If really push that nav.
Yeah.
Really push the nav.
And if you're in doubt of command, always nav.
Always nav.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always nav.
I've learnt that really well, and it's paid off dividends learning how to nav. So so that's my list. As I said, you can modify it to your own likings. If you want more squadrons, you can drop, say, a VSD and put Quasar in and put squadrons there. It's very a basic toolkit to actually get you running, and it's a pretty decent list to get some hits on there. So so Ian, fire away with your list.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to bring my list up now. Oops. Half the list isn't even on the screen. I have to block half of you.
Any questions there? We're all good now?
No, just Rob having a bit of fun. Personally, I think Legion will take over and push out IA from our Salt segment earlier.
Yeah. Well, IA has a new expansion just released
Yeah,
now.
new expansion. I think IA is best to ground. IA is still a pretty good
IA
game.
is still strong, I'd say. It's.
Anyway, we'll move past that.
Keep going. We'll answer questions afterwards in the later on.
Cool. All right. So this is the Rebel list that I was flying tonight.
Right.
So you can actually see sort of what I was doing with that list.
Decimating people.
What I'll do is
Clubbing seals.
Yeah, clubbing this baby seal over here. So there we go. Let's do that. All right. So I've got a bit of a thing. So I had the MC move backwards. Yep. This guy here, the MC-80 Star Cruiser. I've pretty much decked this guy out to be a ship killer. A ship killer. That's what I want. Yeah, I know these guys.
No.
He is. It's a ship
With
killer.
Mon Caron and Intel.
No, I'm laughing because I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah, you've seen it firsthand.
That's why I'm
go back
laughing.
and you see it finish off the second
Because
start.
I understand where it's coming because he's got SW7, so you don't really need accuracies because you've got your Intel and Mon Caron.
Pretty much, that's the thing with Mon Caron. You don't need accuracies. So for the blue dice, that's why I've thrown in the SW7 ion batteries.
Yeah.
So blue dice are just hits. You don't have to roll. It's just hits. Then obviously the red dice. I've got the Spinal, and I've got the Kraken.
Kaken and Sholin.
Kaken and Sholin. That's how
for your rerolls. Yeah. So you don't need leading shots.
So you don't need leading shots, which is good. I often try to work out what do you want with this thing. Do you want gunnery teams, or do you want better dice? And for me, it's better dice. I'll always go for better dice over 2 shots any day. Just that's the ship. I want to kill that ship. And you're pretty much going to get your 4 hits almost all the time. You'll probably even get some doubles or those re-rolls, possibly. You hope to anyway. And with the XI7s and Mon Caron, they're only putting 1 aside, so your chance of getting crits through is really strong.
I'm just trying to see what's the difference between. So this one's
quite a few points. One of them's got 4 red and 3 blue. The other one's got 4 blue.
So you want to fire this. This one's got more blue. So
the reason why I've taken this one is to do with the Admiral, which is Radis. So the idea is to get one of these lovely corvettes, fly them as far in, or try and get them behind your opponent's ships.
Yeah.
And then this guy here drops out at distance 1. Put it over here so we can see on the screen.
Yeah.
There we go. Drops out distance 1 and is chasing down ships in front, or you can even use it to land him in front of a ship and block their way, and then you get that bumping going. Works great as first player. If you can land it in front of an ISD and
just go back to
have a bump you with your first player, and you can push all that dice through. So it's pretty interesting. Again, this is a ship that loves nav, and this is kind of like my ship killing sort of list. Just get in there, kill the ships. Scrolling down, paired up with basically 3 TRC corvettes.
TRC corvettes can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with 3 TRC corvettes. The idea of 3 is to try and get one of them behind. Just get one behind and 3 corvettes. TRC. It's just damage.
And then Janus Light on one of the Radis.
Janus Light on Admiral Radis.
That's one that you run over asteroids, so it's not obstructed.
Yeah. No obstruction. Can land on rocks. No things.
Yeah.
I find if you're going to take a corvette, spend the 2 points on Janus Light because it can counter so many different.
Best 2 points for a corvette.
Pretty much, yeah.
Especially when you can sail through anything pretty much and not be affected.
Yeah. It can land on anything, and the only thing it still affects mines, sadly, but. With Janus Light, if you fly right, you can kind of fly through a mine.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Not take any damage sometimes. So 2 of those. Then coming down for the squadrons, I've got a bit of a mix here actually. Corran Horn, Shara Bay, an A-Wing, and 2 YT 2400s.
Why Corran Horn?
Because I wanted to try something with Snipe 4 and for a bit of fun is the reason why I went Corran Horn. Plus, Rogue, Snipe 4, Bomber. Yeah, he's kind of a good all-rounder. He's got
how many points is Corran?
22.
Not bad.
Not bad. It's pretty expensive, He's costly.
He's no Marek. But
I could have went. He's not Marek. I could have went either 3 A-Wings, Shara, and the 2 YT 2400s.
Shara's solid.
Shara's always solid.
I still reckon you're more lethal with when you had your A-Wings. I kind of found like Corran didn't do much in that. I mean, obviously that was
the only reason why I our games were different. But the main reason why I didn't put in more A-Wings in this one is because I really want that rogue ability, like 3 rogues on the board. Because I don't have anything that's pushing squadrons. 3 rogues, that ties up a lot of stuff. It's and the objectives that I paired with this as well go good with the squadrons. I've got Hyperspace Assault, which with Radis, we get this thing behind. Go watch the first game tonight. That was brutal. That was really brutal. He probably Sean shouldn't have picked that one. It was bad. It was bad. We should just reset and play it again. I didn't think he'd play the way he did. So, yeah, oh well.
Well, he goes away learning.
He goes away learning. We hope.
Yeah.
So it works well that one because keep Shara with the 2 ships that you set aside to drop in later. So people try and counteract you with squadrons. You're dropping Shara in the middle and scatter, counter 3, crits count. She can hold up a lot of squadrons by herself. Then leave the other squadrons to either attack ships or take care of any other squadrons that are out there. The rogues just taking care of it. I'm going for objectives. What was my blue? The blue, I think I had intel sweep. Did I? I think I left them out.
What was your blue objective?
I don't remember my blue objective now.
What was your red, sorry?
Here we go. No, they're squadron cards.
Squadrons.
Yeah, what were they?
Production
list
value.
builder. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. They all come up. That's right. It was advanced gunnery, obviously.
Yeah.
Because Mon Karen, advanced gunnery.
Yeah,
Why wouldn't you?
That's brutal.
Good luck. Good luck if you pick that one. And then for the navigation, I'm pretty sure I chose superior positions. That's right. Yeah, TRC corvettes getting behind other opponent ships with TRC corvettes. It just gets
that is a brutal.
It's like a pinball. It just made me pinball sound. Ping, 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 ping,
pretty
ping,
much.
ping,
Yeah.
Just rack those points up.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. They're the ships that are designed to they move fast. They can get behind you. You're racking up the points.
Especially when you've got them on 4. They just zip.
You don't want to be. You don't want to be first player against this list. You don't want to be second player against it. It's kind of like one of those.
I just don't want to play that list.
You don't want to play against it. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this is flown right, it's just. There is a really good counter to this though. If you have really good long range shooting ships, such as the Avenger with Spinal and 6 red dice and
Didn't
Vader
have
and
Avenger.
stuff,
That's my problem.
that's your problem. More like Mars' list before is a good counter because you're throwing a lot of dice long range out the front. So there is a chance you can actually drop these corvettes before they get behind and disposable capacitors. So that's a good counter to this list. This list can take it with the right objectives, but it is a real strong uphill
How
battle.
many points are you?
400.
400. And how are you finding Radis actually dropping? Is that any issues?
Oh, it's fun. It sure is fun.
I imagine.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, pretty much anyone who plays against this one with Radis, like it is interesting because I've seen everyone pretty much come along do the MC75 with Radis. I don't think I haven't seen anyone do Mon Karen yet. I actually think we're doing it with like a home 1 probably, like getting that thing in because that thing moves so slow, speed 2. Get a couple of these guys zipping behind. I was thinking of putting one of these of engine techs.
No, yeah.
Engine techs, like 4, get
just
speed 5,
and
so
then drop them.
Then you can really get in behind and then drop the I'll drop Defiance. I have Defiance with my long range shooting. With the trouble is, I kind of want Akbar when I fly Defiance because all those red dice.
Yeah, I know your Akbar.
Yeah, I love doing Akbar.
So what would you drop if you wanted engine check? So.
Oh, you could play around the squadrons. I could drop Corin and put an A-wing, put an engine text like with this particular list. But it'd be a completely different list if I'm going engine text and MC80. The way I've got it now, I'm really happy with it, and I think it works really well. Yeah, so I'm really gonna.
It's brutal. It's the objectives there. Just you don't.
Yeah, it's
don't
not a good choice. If you're second player against this, you're picking superior positionings because you're not going to pick advanced gunnery.
No.
Unless you are confident in beating hyperspace assault? Do you really want this ship dropping on one of those tokens, then dropping this ship out in front? Because you look how far that is. There's my range ruler. You drop him here of a token at distance 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, distance 1. Then he's got to be at distance 1. And look at that. Like, that is a really long range.
Let's just say the token's here.
So the token's about here. There's your token where my finger is.
Yeah, so you've basically gone
look how
past
far
the
you're
ruler
dropping
length.
that out. Yeah. And if you've got a ship right here, you don't even have to be close. And you can activate this ship first. Pop him around the side here. Usually I'd take Gianna's light here because he can hide behind this guy and still get his shots.
Yeah, not be obstructed, but
not be obstructed. Yeah. If you are second player against the hyperspace assault, and if you've got fast moving ships, that's the other counter. If you have smaller fast moving ships, then you can probably counter hyperspace assault because you'll just run away from those tokens before I get to do anything with them. So that's where you got to be creative with token placement.
Or an interdictor and just move them on you.
Sorry?
Or just an interdictor and move them.
Interdictor can't move them.
Can't move the tokens.
It's
only ships with strategic can move them. So someone has like enough
PCX
strategic, but
lander.
again, there's 3 tokens spread across the board. You can cover a lot of you know, you can cover a lot of board area here.
Yeah.
So
as you said, he's basically got in past the rule of length.
yeah, what is it? So distance 1, and then you got distance 1 from the token. So what have we got? Here we go. You know, that's almost like speed 5 from the token.
Yeah.
Distance speed 5. It's pretty good.
Another brutal list of you created, Ian.
Yeah, I know. I like to create monsters.
I know.
I love my monsters. Yeah.
But again, no ECMs on this guy.
No ECMs. The only thing I'm thinking about with this one, probably because I just didn't use it to full effect in the games that I played. There is a card that really works well with this one. I've got Intel Officer at the moment.
Yep.
One thing you can do, add in this fella here, Lando Calrissian.
Lando. Yeah, you love your Lando.
I love Lando. He's pretty much the same. He's can almost be as effective, if not better, as a brace. You only get to use him once. Force your opponent to re-roll all their attack dice, and I've had 11 hits go down to 4.
Yeah,
it's because they just re-rolled into blanks and accuracies. He can do wonders, then you can just re-roll and just get the same result.
Yes,
he's a gambler, but you know, for 4 points, he's a pretty good addition on the on the MC80.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I've seen. I've been forced into that Lando role, and I'm like,
that gives me a 3-point bid. Maybe I should do that.
Oh, there you go.
I didn't see the need.
Make a list while we're.
I don't like Intel. I don't like Intel either. So Intel.
Yeah, that's the trouble. Intel, Moncara, you're only going to spend 1. It's X7s.
It is.
Tough. The Intel's more if I have to chase down Gazantis, but I almost don't know if I really care about chasing down Gazantis anymore. Or
no, you just destroy the ships. And
since the relay, you don't really need to.
You almost don't really care if you target those things anymore. Just kill the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's done for my little tactics thing there.
Beautiful.
There's probably something, since we don't get a lot of news in Armada, this might be something we do a lot with the cast. We might get a second camera in so we can do the table and kind of show a few quick manoeuvres. So we're just going over lists for today. If there's some tactics or anything that you guys want us to see or some
comment
lists you
below
want us to have a go, just let us know in the comments of this video when I upload it.
Yep.
And we'll see what
we'll definitely can have a look. Yeah. So we'll head in now to some questions that I've been received from Ash. And Ash, do you want to, seeing as you're here today, what was the question you asked me about Armada itself?
So I think the question I raise is someone for like me who's coming into it a newish, and you know, you've built a lot of lists for even new guys anyway, but I guess we have the term around here, Club the Baby Seal, which is, you know, the new guy comes in and basically gets annihilated every game he plays. It doesn't matter what he does. I mean, hell, we did regionals and I come last. You know, and I've been playing more than the guys who just showed up for the day. But I mean, I guess my question is, I mean, you guys have been in it since day dot, and you know, there are still people sort of discovering this and coming into it now. Especially with, I guess, the 2.0 nerf from X Wing. Is there going to be guys shifting? Some are, some aren't. But I guess my question becomes is, how do you keep someone involved in that game when they are just constantly getting clubbed?
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, Ash, and it is one of these games where you can pick up the course, you pick up everything, and it will take time to learn. It's not going to be like X Wing, like you're going to be 3 or 4 games in. It's not. That's the one thing about Armada. You get 1 game in, you'll get 2 or 3 games of X Wing in at the same time. So it's going to take time to learn, and it will take time. Believe me, Ian. We both got the course at the same time. Ian dove into Armada. I
dove straight into it.
I put it on the back burner saying, no, X-Wing's awesome. And then once I started playing them, and Ian started turning me, and Ian was right. I got to admit, I can't believe I said that on stream.
That's almost as satisfying as when my wife says it.
Ouch. Okay, so when I started actually committing the games to Armada, I was actually losing 10-1, 10-1, 10-1 to Ian. It was an absolute drumming. And you just basically have to take those games and kind of go, okay, what did I do wrong? It's not what is going wrong, what I'm not doing right, what is going with, what's my list building is. That's basically it. You just have to continue on with the game and go on with what you're... And speak to the people. Granted, all right, the game here was gone a bit of a resurgence. Last year was just us two, basically.
Yeah, we're roping all you guys into playing.
Yeah, so last year was just us two waiting here for just 4 people to show up for a tournament. Now we're just constantly getting 6 people showing up for tournaments. Granted, you know, everyone is still in that beginner or intermediate level, and as I said, it is going to take time. It just takes games.
Number one thing to do is to really ask the questions. Where did I go wrong?
Yeah.
Where did I go wrong?
Yeah.
Like keep asking those questions. Like as a new player, it is hard, but you gotta not take it personally that sometimes you build a bad list and it is just a bad list.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes you're limited by what you have, and that can make things really hard. But sometimes it can just be bad matchups.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can just be your list. Mars always complains it's his dice.
No, that's me. No.
That's you? Okay, that's you? That's you today, is it? Oh, okay. So
watch if you get them recorded. Watch your actual games and watch the mistakes.
Yeah, you got to be really
look, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know, both games then I just was not in it tonight, and I know I got cream. But what I'm saying is, I'm here night after night every fortnight and we play games. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, I lose most of them. Let's be honest. Yeah. I understand that, and it comes down to building your list, tweaking your list. I mean, Mars, you've run the same list for how long now, and you've just tweaked it and got your own.
That's
what I mean.
You've built your own list and you've tweaked it enough where you're confident in running it, and I don't understand that. But I just mean for someone coming brand new into it that just gets smashed every day and might not have the money to go and buy the brand new ship that comes out because everyone's running with that, or the newest stuff that comes in.
That does make it hard.
I mean, it does when you have limited on money too. But keeping people involved, I think, is the biggest thing.
I'd say that's probably where you got to understand your limitations as well. That are preventing you from winning. You can't buy the new ships, you can't keep up that stuff. That is a limitation. That might not be your fault. Yeah. We all got bills to pay and finance issues and stuff.
But it's not an issue here, I'd say, because
we could always borrow and lend
stuff.
in proxies, so that's never an issue.
Yeah.
That's here where we are. I know at other places, but it's a hard one, really. You really just got to keep asking the questions, where am I going wrong? And probably one of the best things to do when you get to a point in the game, like our last game, we really should have just thought, okay, this is pretty much done. Let's just reset and let's try different tactics. And really go for tactics. Don't
go for the game.
Pretty much where the game's going. Just quit the game, restart, and just go again. Instead of wasting your entire evening on the game that's just going to go south for you.
3 hours and
when you get a list, this is my good advice for new players, especially for me. Ian likes to run around, jump around lists. That's what he does. He's good at jumping and going through lists. I get one list and stick to it. As I said, I've been to my same lists. I'll play other lists because when I feel like it, but when it comes to one list, I'll stick to one list, and I've kept modifying it and modifying it and modifying until I get something that I feel is right. I think new Armada players should stick to one list and one list only, maybe another list, but mostly one list, and just keep modifying that list, and remember what you have on your ships.
Yes,
I can't stress that much.
Remember the cards.
Remember the cards. Remember your commanders.
Remember the cards.
Remember your commanders.
Yes.
Remember your objectives. To keep it lean, especially, you don't want to deck out ISDs.
Actually, I'll have a bit of fun here. If you're a new player, don't use concentrate fire commands. Push nav. If you've got no squadrons, then do repair. Nav repair. Don't do the concentrate fire thinking, I'm going to get the hit.
Yeah.
You quite often don't.
No.
You stick with that. The next biggest thing to do, the thing that will help improve you as a player, read those objective cards. Yeah. Every objective card, go through them all. You have to understand with your list which objective cards are bad against, which ones they're good against. One little trick I like to do with my list, I pick the objectives that I know work great with mine, and then I think about it. Okay, which one of the 3 groups of objectives can my list beat all of? Can I beat, if I'm going to be first player and have to pick one of theirs, I'm pretty much dead set, I'm going to pick one of their blues. Yeah. And I'm going to try and beat one of their blues. That's what I'm doing. It's just, you can change that, you can change your mind, if someone brings a planetary ion cannon and they don't have anything with strategic and you've got strategic, you pick planetary ion.
Or if they've got contested outposts and I've got the Gravwell shift.
And you've got Gravwell shift, use that. That changes. But majority of the time when you are planning your list and you are planning your strategy, pick one of those 3 colours. If you've got something that's really offensive, really strong in offense, what you're going to do is you're going to look at all those reds and you are going to pick their red that they give you. Yeah. That's what you're going to do. You are going to pick their red. Yeah. That's what you want to have going into it as well. That's something which I always do. I pick a colour objective that I know I can beat just about all of them, or hold my own against, and that's what I'm thinking about when I need to make tweaks to my list and where I need to go.
Just one more thing, Ash, is especially here right now, you've picked up a good time to pick up the game.
Yep.
Because right now there isn't not like 100 or so players coming in and you come in and play and then get nothing out of it.
Yep.
You come in, you get in say a tournament and you pick up some prizes on the way. Granted, it's not the top prize, but you'll get something out of it. Like even for regionals, granted, you came last, but that was what? You get still a top 16 prize.
Yeah.
Americans usually get like 30, 40 players show up, or you get your Gazanti card. So you've picked up a top 16 prize without, with coming last. So
Without doing anything.
without doing anything.
Without doing anything.
I've got to, you got to give me a lift home. So I've got to be nice to him. So look, just keep practicing and just probably a week out before regionals. Don't change the list. That's probably the biggest downfall on that one there. But
I know where I went wrong there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but no, it is a good time to pick up the game. You just have to persist with it. As I said, it won't. I'd say it takes a year to get good at the game. Get
what
good.
it is, actually, I wouldn't put a time limit on. I'd put a. Oh, well, it depends. If all you can do is play one time a week, it takes you a year.
Yeah.
But if you've got the time to really spend on it, like if you can get yourself on Vassal, play some games, Tabletop Simulator, you can get good at this game pretty fast if you put in the time.
Oh, of course.
Really
I'm just averaging a year. I'd say. It does take some time, but it once you get the game down pat, it actually is a lot of fun. Cool. The hours the time goes so quick. It just doesn't feel like 2 hours sometimes.
Awesome.
Any questions?
We've just got one question from Rob. Then we'll probably finish the stream off because we are pretty much into an hour. And I think it's time.
Beautiful.
To kill it.
That's so beautiful.
The store owner over there looks like he's about to go to sleep.
He's
so
about to
he
throw
wants us
some.
out.
Yeah.
Serious question here. Now that in the light of 2.0 for X Wing, do you think FFG will do the same for Armada? Do you think Armada needs an upgraded or reissuance? Would you like to have the new app for Armada?
No.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what I don't know what the X Wing app's going to be. So
no.
See what the X Wing app's going to be first, then maybe. But
no,
I don't think
Armada doesn't need any.
Armada doesn't need it yet.
Will it happen? Well, they've done it to Lord of the Rings, and not Lord of the Rings. Sorry, Game of Thrones. And now they've done it to X Wing.
Well, they've got to release more stuff.
So
to get 2.0.
So to say FFG won't do it is probably not the right thing to say.
I think if anything new to release would be all the cards that they've changed or they've had, changes to that, to release those as a thing to say, hey.
There's only been 2 major FAQs where they basically stopped the lifeboat on the flotillas. And then now this major one with the relay nerf and basically
the flotilla killed Dino. Yeah.
The tournament regulations.
But I just mean where they've changed the terms on cards too.
It's not really worth
Armada hasn't been changed so much that X Wing. Like X Wing, you had like 6 or 7 pages of FAQ just to play one game. So Armada's only down to 3, and it's everything. So no, Armada's in a really good state at the moment. Granted that the news from FFG could be a bit greater. So we have our last preview was in January. So. Some Wave 8 news would be fantastic. But apart from that...
The only thing it really needs, better tournament regulations. But we'll leave that salt for another night.
Yeah, that's another salt.
That's another night's salt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway. They could bring out 2.0.
You think they could?
They could.
Yeah. Yep. I do. I reckon they could go the way of the app for this game as well.
Of course.
Oh, they could, yeah. I want to see what the app is before I decide if I like it or not, really. But.
Oh, well, we basically know what the app is anyway. It's just a database of cards.
Yeah.
So I think they could do the same with Armada as well, and I wouldn't be surprised to see 2.0.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't be surprised either. But does it need it right now?
Whether it needs it or not, the accounting office decides that it will need it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They'll sell conversion packs for Armada 2.0.
Yeah, well, we've run out of ships almost, kind of. We're already starting our second, repainted
We're already
ISDs.
repainting ISDs.
Yeah. We're only into Wave 7.
Oh,
so,
give us Dreadnoughts, please.
Yeah, so hopefully that Wave 8 news will drop soon, and hopefully we'll get some good news there. But I think that's it for tonight.
That'll probably do it for tonight.
Thanks for watching, guys. Any comments, leave it below and we'll answer them next week. Next week we'll be back to X Wing, 1.0.
2 weeks, we'll be doing Armada comments.
Armada
leave your comments, then we've got 2 weeks to leave comments with us, and then we'll talk
But
about
any X-Wing comments, leave below as well, too. We'll answer them next week. We'll decide what we'll talk about there. Probably more 2.0 stuff that will come out. But yeah, we'll turn back to X-Wing.
Awesome.
All right, any final thoughts, Ian?
Tired, time for bed.
Time for bed.
Time for bed. I'm tired.
Hungry?
Hungry.
Going home.
Going home?
Yep. Sean, you've been sitting quietly in the background. Sean's here.
Sean's here.
Say hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
And Terry.
And Terry's just ready to kick us out.
Did that take 3 hours?
No, it took 1 hour and 5 minutes.
It's a draw.
Although having said that, I've been streaming straight for 3 hours and 45 minutes, but we
There you
managed
go.
to get in. We managed to stream 3 games, and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not just 5 bloody rounds.
3 games and a talking casual segment. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Take note.
Thanks for
Good
watching,
night,
guys.
Robert. Thanks for sticking
Yep.
with us, and take us out, Mars.
Remember, like, subscribe, like us on Facebook, and fly casual.